Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Nicotina's mom! Oh, yeah! Nicotina's mom!
Poindexter, you're getting all excited.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, and it is good to have you with me in the makeshift lounge once again today. Yes, we are still awaiting our final new technology, but you know what? We are here, we are live, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge. I got my friend Cyborg over here, and I got the Fet Man there right behind me, and you know what? That's all I need. That's all I need. And so that is, of course, except for all of you. And so if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about all the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you going in the morning, if those are things that get you guys excited, then please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know when we put out new videos, because we are constantly dropping new videos. And so we want you to be a part of that. Okay. So please do that. Also, I do want to say a quick shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and your support. We are so grateful and so thankful to all of you guys. You know, you guys help us to do what we do here. And so everyone who supports the channel. And so I'm so very grateful and thankful for all of you guys, and not just our Patreon supporters, but also our members. Thank you to all of our members who are here. And a quick apology. I want to say for RJ Resident Justice that you are not yet on this, but you will be on this shortly. I just have to update the whole thing. And so RJ Resident Justice is on here and is a member. And you could be a member too. All you got to do is join up with memberships. It's right down there in the description below. You just join up, and then you get cool like emoticons. You get cool, fun stuff that you get to do. You get behind the scene videos. You get all kinds of fun stuff. And so we would love to have you be a part of that. All right. Plus, don't forget, we have our monthly giveaways that we do here on the channel. And so you're going to want to be a part of that, and you're going to want to be here for that. And all you got to do is to be eligible for that is to be either a member, a Patreon supporter, or give a super chat at any time during the month. Now, Saturday, we were going to give this away. Just a second here. But our streaming schedule has kind of gotten thrown off with, you know, all the new stuff that we're trying to wait for and trying to do. So I would like to announce our winner of this right here, which is the 3-movie pack of the Cloverfield franchise. Yes, we've been having a lot of fun lately with the Cloverfield monster and on all the drops. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce the winner of this coveted 3-pack is none other than Lewis Cox. Lewis Cox, you are our winner for this. So, hey, hit me up on social media or, you know, in a DM or something like that. And we will make sure to get this out to you. We love the song that you're singing, but most importantly, we think that you're kind of a big deal. So we're going to give you this Cloverfield monster. Scotch! Scotchy, scotch, scotch. There it goes down. Down into my belly. Kind of a big deal. That escalated quickly. Do you really love the lamp? You are kind of a big deal, Lewis. And so this right here, buddy, is yours. So, hey, we want you to claim that prize. Okay. Don't forget, the next big giveaway is this right here, which is the death and return of Superman. Oh, I'm just dropping everything. I cannot wait to be back in my normal spot, ladies and gentlemen, down in the lounge. But you know what? This right here is the next giveaway that we will be giving away on the 17th in expectation, as it were, of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I cannot wait. Somebody's going to get The Death of Superman, right? The Death of Superman story. You're also going to get The Funeral Story. So you're going to get World Without a Superman. You're also going to get The Reign of the Superman. So the Return of Superman. Look how thick that is. And then, of course, also you are going to get the rematch, which was this 3-pack right here. Look at that. Look at those lovely colors right there. Somebody's going to get that. And then, of course, on the back, you got Doomsday in all his glory. Somebody's going to get that. Plus, I got a couple extras that I'm going to throw in for this with the first appearance of Hank Henshaw, who is Cyborg Superman in The Return of Superman. So the first couple appearances of him, you're going to get all that. And I might throw in a couple more even by the time it's done. So this is going to be a big, big giveaway. So all you got to do is between now and the 17th, just be either a Patreon supporter, a member, or give a super chat at any time, and you are eligible for that. All right, well, we continue on, folks, because you know what? You can't stop us. You can't keep us down. And even though we had the computer meltdown this week, we are still going strong, and we're going to keep going. A couple little things before I start to bring any of my guests in tonight. I just want to say hello to everyone. What's going on? What's up, Fowls? I'm having to look like under a light and do like different things that I don't normally have to do. But hello, what's up, Kinky Sphincter? Good to see you. McLovin in the house. Absolutely. Andy, what's going on? Lewis Cox, you are the winner, man. Yeah, I was late, but you know what? You still won. So I think that means for something. Maybe Matt Jarbo will join us later tonight. Maybe. What's up, RJ? Good to see you, man. Let's see who else is in here. Nana's in here. And you know what? I want to talk about that because I tried to pull the clip, and I might still try to pull the clip. But hello to the Nerd Queens. Hello to Nana. Tonight, they did a wonderful stream with Deb Snyder. Just absolutely a great stream. It was absolute fire. I mean, it was so much that literally Kermit over here, he had a little bit too much to drink, and he is absolutely out. He may not recover, to be quite honest with you. This may be the last that you've seen of him. If somebody can notify Piggy, that'd be great. Salsa Picante, good to see you. Bringing the heat up in here. Good to see you. Mechanic Tone. I am so gonna mess this up. Mechantecatone. Mechantecatone. I think that's right. Mechantecatone. Good to see you for sure. What's up, Rel? Good to see you. Rel is in the house. Saggy Ballsack, always good to see you. It's Miller time. What's up, Music Man? Good to see you. What's up, Outlaw? Said, I saw the new episode of The Flash and it was good. Yeah, so, you know, my apologies to everybody. Usually we do a watch party for The Flash, and we started, you know, we want to do for Superman. But I figured tonight we would allow the lovely Tiff-tastic to be with on League of Mayhem, because it was kind of a big deal that she was, you know, interviewing Deb Snyder. So we took a break from that. But we'll be back next week, and I'll definitely be doing a review of the episodes for sure. What's up, Andres? Good to see you. Venom in the house here. Lots of great people. Drab Walker, what's good? Good to see you. What's up, Goober? Good to see you. Yes, we've got some Ray stuff to talk about tonight. I just love when I'm trying to go through this thing and it just jumps on me. That's always lots of fun. What's up, Noel? Good to see you. And I just had somebody here. Who did I have in here that I just missed? I missed somebody, so I apologize. What's up, Super Radness? Absolutely good to see you. Hey, here's the lovely Tiff-tastic right here. Yay, go Lewis Cox. Lewis Cox wins, and we're glad for that. And a couple more, and then we'll get started. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you in here. Katsuka's in here. Look at all these people. Like Tizai Sri, Nicotina's mom, indeed. And let's see. What's up, Angie, Warren, Aaron Entertainment? Oh my goodness, so many great people. Mr. Purchased Fiddle. I'm glad you purchased the fiddle. I did you take it down to Georgia? That's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke. Darth Tasty in the house. Always love Darth Tasty. I'm going to try to get your situation worked out for you, man. Sophie in here. Always good to see Sophie, the lovely Sophie. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you. And Andrew Casali. What's up, Andrew? Always good to see you in here. 187. Lots of great people in here tonight. Now, I'm wearing my Green Lantern. I don't have a Green Lantern ring, but I got a Superman ring. And you know where I got that? I got that down at the Superman Museum, which is exactly where me and Dawson from Nerdy in Many Ways are going to be. We're heading out. Dawson is coming to town because this Saturday we're going to be in Detroit for the showing of BVS for BVS Comes Home. And lots of great people are going to be there. The Colberts are going to be there. Wonder Meg's going to be there. Anthony ACS is going to be there. Dawson's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Tiff-tastic's going to be there. It's going to be fun. But before we do that, Dawson and I are driving down to Metropolis, Illinois, Thursday night. We're going to be there Friday, and we're going to install this bad boy. That's right. We're going to install the brick that we dedicated to Zack Snyder. And it was so cool. I wish I don't know if I can pull up the, I don't know if I have the clip or not. Let me see if I can pull up the clip of Tiffany showing it to Deb Snyder tonight, which was absolutely fantastic. I was so excited to see that Tiff was able to show it to her. Yeah, so we are actually going to have this thing installed. Now, for those of you who don't know, at the Superman Museum, we have they have a walkway there. And at that walkway, they have these bricks that you can dedicate to different people and do as monuments and stuff. And so when my family and I were down there this last summer, I said, you know what? Zack Snyder needs a brick there. It's the Superman Museum, for goodness sake. It's in Metropolis. He needs a freaking brick there, on that walkway. And look, it helps to cover their costs at the museum because they don't get anything from DC Comics. They flew in under the radar. The whole city did. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go to Metropolis, go to Metropolis. Seriously, because it's so cool. And yes, she did, Tiff. She absolutely loved it. And I absolutely loved seeing her get to see that. So let's see. I'm going to show you guys exactly here, but it was so cool because we saw it and I said, you know what? Zach and Deborah need a brick here on this walkway. And like I said, they don't get anything from DC Comics. The city has this giant 15-foot Superman statue outside of City Hall. They've got this wonderful museum that there's articles from, all incarnations of Superman from the 30s all the way up to present. Yes, from BVS and the newer movies. And so it's really a cool thing to see. And so a lot of you guys came together with us. We did a GoFundMe project and we bought this brick. And so Friday morning, this brick will get installed. Dawson and I are going. We're going to have a buddy road trip, a super trip, as it were. And we're going to go and we're going to get that thing installed. We're going to chronicle the whole thing and put a video together so that you can see that. And I will answer the question. Yes, I am still going to be sending out a certificate to those of you who donated to this thing so that you could say, hey, I was part of that. I helped put the brick there. And I have the video clip here that I'm going to show you guys from the League of Mayhem stream tonight, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the League of Mayhem, go over there and do that over there with the Nerd Queens. Great channel. You never know who's going to pop up there, especially Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder and a whole lot of others. So here, let's go ahead and take a look at this right now.
It's just a message of love from one of the.
There's a pattern here.
Let's see if I can get here. Oh, here we go. That's where Tiff.
Have stones, bricks, and it would say like, this is to this Superman. Well, we kept looking and we're like, where's Zack Snyder's Superman? So we actually have a brick that has his S from Superman, and it says, if you seek his monument, look around you. To the family of Zack and Deborah Snyder, the Poindexter Lounge, and your many associate producers. So my husband and Dawson from Nerdy in Many Ways are actually going to Metropolis this Thursday, and they're going to have this brick put in for you and Zack and everyone else that's been helping. So
that's amazing.
We wanted to have you guys be the first ones to see it, and then we'll definitely put it online so you can see it in the actual ground.
Please.
That's beautiful.
I know when we shot also in Plano, Illinois, they also kept like a little museum there, I think, because it was a small town where we shot at the fight with Fiora and everything. It was like we had shut the whole town down for like a couple weeks to do that, and I think they have a little museum there too. But that's amazing. I didn't know about Metropolis.
It's a tiny little town. I mean, like we were able to go through it, in less than a day. But I mean, it's a cute little homey town. They've got like this big, huge green rock that's supposed to be kryptonite. It's got a story on how it landed there. And but there's a museum that I think they actually redid. So I'm a little jealous that my husband gets to see it. But they have like props from the movies all the way back to, George Reeve, Christopher Reeve, everybody, and it's funny though, because my husband is such a huge Superman fan himself that I'm like, you have about a quarter to half of what's in here. We have a mini Superman museum. Maybe we should start charging admission. But they actually have a museum there that takes quite a while to walk through, which is very cool.
That's cool. That's great.
And they have stuff from BBS in there now too.
Cool. Oh,
so
also
I'm muted. Thank you. Yes, I'm muted again. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. So anyways, we're going to go down there. Thank you guys to everyone who supported. Yes, I'm so blessed that the community came together in such an awesome way and made this happen. So thank you to everyone who came together. Oh man, this thing moved out. StreamYard is not being my friend right now, but so I'm gonna pull up the super chat in the other thing here and do that. But before I do that, let's see. I'm going to bring in. This is so different. Doing you know how like when you're used to doing something a certain way, and then all of a sudden, like you don't have that way anymore. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna bring in real quick. I'm gonna take this out. And I'm going to bring. I'm a professional. We're streamlined. Yes, I'm in my son's bedroom, and I'm doing this like I'm like a gamer at 3 a.m, which is not far off. But you know what? It's all good. The show must go on, folks. The show must go on. This is a professional, high quality show, folks. When you come to the Poindexter Lounge, you know what you're gonna get. So we may get a little crazy though.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
All right. So I am going to bring in my guest. I got some other people who's probably going to come in a little later, but I do want to bring in a guest. It's his first time to the lounge. And so that's kind of a cool thing. I dig it when we have people for the first time, and I've had a chance to see him in other streams. He is streamed with our friend The Truth 31. Always good to talk to The Truth. And then also he's constantly sending in really cool videos to Dave Pena on the Vodka stream. Videos that I can relate with, just because, if not for any other reason, because they resemble my house sometimes. He's got video games and all kinds of cool stuff, and he looks a lot cooler than even your host tonight, like because of where he's at. Usually I got all my tricks and trinkets, but all I got is my son's pictures over here and his dead Kermit the Frog. So he's making me look bad tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel for the very first time, the irregular Neil. What's up, Neil?
What is going on, Enosh? How are you?
We're falling apart, man.
Why are you falling apart?
The whole thing is just like it's on a shoestring budget. I got cables running everywhere right now. I'm making because my son makes me put all apart as soon as I'm done because he needs to make sure that dad's stuff is out of his way, completely out of his way. I cannot have my stuff in his way, Neil. So I have to, yeah. So it's, but you know what? The show literally must go on, man. And so that's what we're doing.
You got a
that's
great
what we're
show.
doing.
You got
well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, man. So what's new with you, Neil? While I'm wasting time trying to bring up this super chat in the in this thing, what's going on with you, man?
Not much, man. You know, it's been a little bit of a ride. I'm still smelling like Similac because I'm only about 2 months old at all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And ironically, yesterday I go on to Twitter and I got suspended from Twitter.
What?
2 months in, I'm suspended from Twitter already. They got me. They said in the email, it said I was suspended for, what was it again? It was for, hold on, I will tell you right now because it is
too many video games.
No,
too many stand up upright games because they're gonna probably get me too. So
I was just like, what did I do? I don't do anything. It goes, okay, violating our rules against platform manipulation and spam.
Oh yeah, that's always good. Gotta love the spam reference.
Yeah,
we got it for that on YouTube. It made no sense and got a strike on the channel for stuff that we didn't do. So
I was just like, what did I do? I don't put slander. I don't post anything. I post my videos I put on YouTube and the occasional take you around the apartment kind of thing. But
yeah,
I was like, all right, I guess I'm official. You know, there we go.
You know what it is, bro? It's people who like they see those video games of yours and they're just like, oh heck no. No. That guy's got video games. Screw him. That guy's got cool stuff in his house. No, screw that guy. We're not going to sit around and watch that guy. No, this guy's throwing it up in our face, man. He's tweeting about it. Screw that.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. I was like, who did I piss off? What did I do? I'm like, but all right. You know, I send my appeal, so it's in Twitter court now. So I have to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Because that'll be fair. Yeah, you'll get a fair shake in that, I'm sure. Well, guys, I apologize to whoever gave the super chat. Can somebody please just tell me who gave the super chat and what it was? Because I swear to God, I cannot find it now. It's like disappeared. Thank you.
If I can find it.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can find it this way. I'm trying. No, I don't see it. I could have swore I saw one. Maybe I'm just seeing things.
I'm seeing all your members. I don't see a super chat though.
Okay. Oh, we got a new member. I don't even see that. I wonder what in the world is going on. I'm telling you, man.
It's getting badges. You got no stinking badges. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? It's all good. If you gave a super chat, please let me know. And now, of course, here comes the whole stream with we gave a super chat. We gave a super chat. I can find out later, so don't try to fool me on that. Okay. So RJ says didn't see a super chat. You know what? I might have seen it on that clip that I just showed or something like that. I like to make sure to,
interact with your fans.
Absolutely. We got to make sure to do that. So, but that being said, well, since there's not a super chat and somebody wanted it, we'll just go ahead and give it to you for free. Dawson! It's Dawson. I love it. Oh, God. So, guys, we do actually have a show tonight. We actually have some stuff to talk about. Some crazy stuff in the news today. Besides just the fact that, hey, we're another day closer.
16 days away.
How excited are you, man?
Dude, I'm super excited. I mean, I can't match some of the other people's excitement that are constantly out there. But I mean, I'm basically, I'll put it to you this way. In another week, I've already got my Man of Steel party ready. I got my BVS party ready, and then I'm already off for Justice League. So let's go.
All right. Hey,
let's go.
I tell you what, we had some throwing around to do, some things we gotta change up, but it's some good stuff, and I can't wait to even talk about it. But I can't talk about it, so I'm so excited. Let me just put it this way: it's amazing. Exactly. It's exactly.
You got
it's not quite as amazing as this,
Oh no! Oh my god!
It's not quite as amazing that there ain't gonna be much as amazing that. I mean, Tiffany, you know, I live vicariously through Tiffany. Tiffany gets all these like Tiff. I've been streaming here, busting my hump for months. Okay, bringing you guys the best quality show. Tiffany does a walk on, and there's Zack Snyder.
Jeez.
But you know what?
Crap.
But my wife's awesome, and she brings me in. She's like, come here. And so, you know, I don't really care as long as I'm there, and I'm always there beside her. So, and she's always there beside me. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I do want to say one quick thing for those of you who do watch the show and you watch our usual Thursday night show, 2 Cents on Nonsense. First of all, thank you. You guys are awesome. And but this week we're going to be doing something a little different. Johnny Pop and I will not be doing it on Thursday. We're going to do it tomorrow night, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come join us. We got lots of interesting Star Wars stuff to talk about. For sure. And this guy right here in the middle, he's up to no good. And the most most ridiculous things in the world come out of that guy's helmet. And so we're going to talk about that. But tonight, we're going to get right to the point after, you know, a half hour. So here we go. Tonight, we're talking about the big news that came out today. Ray Fisher dropping specifics about the allegations that he's been talking about for so long. And there's the quote: Toby, Geoff, and John were not ignorant of their biases. Man, did you see this tweet?
Well,
today
when I saw your title for what you were doing, because I don't have Twitter right now.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I went no. I went on and checked that on Screen Rant. And I read.
Neither. I have Twitter.
Damn it. But I
hear that.
But I did read his tweet. I mean, Quasimodo.
Man, it's some interesting stuff.
I mean, I even did a video. I mean, because I saw what you did with him. What was that, like a month ago or 2 months ago when he was on? Yeah, I watched that live. And that was amazing, by the way. I like the back and forth between you and him. You guys have a nice chemistry.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Of course.
And by the way, he is coming back. Yep, he is going to be back on the stream. We don't have the exact date yet, but he is definitely coming back, and I can't wait. He's such a good guy, just down to earth, and you know, I believe the guy. I gotta say, you know, and for those of you in the chat, if you're a member, you can throw this little bad boy up there right now because it's one of our emoticons. I just from the moment, Neil, that I first heard the story break, I was like, you know what? Yeah. This there's
something going on.
There's something going on here. There is something not right. Hey, look, Berg 3247. I've been saying this. I've noticed that today. People have been losing their minds kind of on the whole Zack Snyder thing. Some people have been making videos that talk about, oh, look at these Snyder bots. Look at these Snyder fans. They're not going to be happy. Now, up to this point, they've been saying, you know, like, oh, I can't wait till the 18th, because when the 18th comes, we're finally going to be rid of all these Snyder fans. They're going to go away. We're going to watch that movie and it's going to go away. We're going to be done. And then Zack drops the awesome phrase over the weekend and says, yeah, so it's going to end on a massive cliffhanger.
Because he knows what he's doing. I keep saying it I've said, I mean, look, I don't have a huge following or anything like that, but when, you know, because I feel like you kind of view this the same way. You kind of look at all sides in a way, I feel, and you come down to the middle and you know what you stand for. But when you come down to it, you're looking at the logical points of this and you're like, all right. So when you come down to what Zack Snyder does, Zack Snyder is so cryptic. He drops you hints here and there. But the one thing that you do know is that there's no way this man was going to come back, put a 4-hour movie out, get paid the money given the money that he was given to make this movie, and to not say, yeah, we're just going to one-off this shit out, you know, I don't know, one-off it and throw it right in the garbage and that's it. No. But here's the other thing, like where other people may not view it, is that WB screwed this man over royally along with all the other actors. So that side is not going to just openly come out and give a big hug and say, we're going to promote your film. We want you all back. They got to cover their asses and do their thing. So, I mean, like the war this man went down with. Like Ray Fisher went into war. He's been winning battles and he's been taking a couple Rocky Balboa hits, but he gets back and he comes right at it, but he does it with class. And that's the thing.
Yes. And you know, and that's the important thing, man. You know, I believe it was the great poets. What was it? Chumba of the Wombas that once said, I get knocked down,
but I get up again.
But I get up again.
Yes.
You ain't ever going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't ever going to keep me down. He drinks the whiskey drink. He drinks the vodka drink. He drinks the cider drink. He drinks the lager drink. Was it? He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the better times.
Yeah, I think
there's something about Donny Boy and I don't know.
Donny Boy.
Yeah. But regardless,
that's what's been going on. I mean,
you're going to win that, you know?
No, he's fighting. It's funny. Like you have all these different sides of this whole thing. He's fighting a war outside of the entertainment part of this. He's fighting a real war.
Yes.
Within what we're going with, we want to see the movie that's coming. Zack Snyder is getting redemption. Like I've been saying, I'm like, this is going to become a documentary at one point because there are so many freaking layers that you're peeling from this onion, and you're like, damn, look at this part, look at that part, and then the coup de grace is that we're getting the movie, and on top of that, now you're probably going to get a continuation. But you got to wait and you got to be patient because they're going to wait to see what the numbers are. They're going to wait to see what the reaction is, how it trends on Twitter because Twitter rules the world. Yeah. And there you go, because at the end of the day, it's going to be about this when it comes to making Justice League 2 and 3. Now, when it comes to the Ray Fisher thing, Ray Fisher will win, but it is going to take a bit of time before this thing finally, like the pimple finally bursts. I mean, it's seeping out slowly, not to sound disgusting with this metaphor or anything, but it's coming out slowly. And he's doing it the way it needs to be done. There hasn't been one time that this man has gone back on his word. He stands pat with what he says. He gives you the facts. He doesn't raise his voice, doesn't go low, doesn't go high. You know, it's always even flow, like a James Earl Jones kind of thing, reading you a story. And
he's been consistent. Right. I think he's been consistent. He is definitely, you know, we just talked about last night, the fact that, like, you know, and guys, by the way, somebody mentioned the Scott Mendelsohn tweet. So I'm going to pull that up here in a minute too. Cause I did not see that. And that's a very interesting thing. So that truly is interesting. But Cylon didn't like me quoting the Chumbawamba.
Why?
Not the finest moment of this stream. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love Scotty. By the way, guys, you know what? You all need to jump in the chat right now and say a special thank you to Scotty. Cylon Scotty saved this show single-handedly. You guys don't even know. Cylon and Sophie are such amazing friends of this show. You all know my computer melted down last week. That's why we're here. And that's why I'm here in this room. And I mean, the hard drive was melted and everything. And Scotty is coming to, he's literally putting together like a supercomputer for me. Think Superman 3. Okay. But with the screw attached, right? Yes. So you know, Richard Pryor's not going to come by and like take the screw and like screw it all up, right? Yeah. But Scotty is coming here. He's going to do this big setup for us, and like not only that, but he's just offering his time. And you know what? Let me just tell you something, Scotty. I know I've told you in person, but I want everybody to know this, and this is not to embarrass you, and I hope that you don't take it that way. You know, Scotty this week, he reached out to me and he's just like, man, how you doing? Because I was going through something. Not only did I have that happen, so that put a challenge on everything that we were doing here, but I also had some fluctuation with my job. And Scotty's just a great dude. And I think credit needs to go where credit's due. And when you got a great person like that in your corner, it means the world. And so I'm thankful for him and others who have rallied behind me over time. And I'm just thankful for all you guys. And so, hey, look at there's a super chat. RJ, what's up, Resident Justice? So it's RJ earlier goes, yep, I didn't see one. So what's he do? He drops one himself. And by the way, RJ, we're going to have you on the stream too at some point. Says, after reading what Ray posted, everything WB has announced the last couple of days makes me doubt that they had any good intentions. Seems very staged.
Of course.
You are absolutely right. We talked about this last night, Neil. I don't know if you caught the show last night, but we talked about the fact that like every time Zach announces something, every time Ray talks about something, here comes WB.
Yes.
Immediately with some other kind of stupid information, some other kind of drop, something that could have waited a day, something that could have waited a couple of days. I mean, the whole cul-de-sac statement, all this junk that like nobody should ever say. If you have a property like that, I mean, I don't care if it's the parent company, I don't care if it's your direct company. Like you said, it's an insane, asinine thing to say that it's a cul-de-sac. Don't pay attention to it because look. That would literally be like, Kevin Feige coming out and like talking about WandaVision, just like, well, it's not that big of a deal, guys. Don't pay that much attention to it. We put all this money into it, but we don't want you to really watch it. Our parent company put all this money into it, but we don't want you to watch it. Or like I've said before, this new show that they got coming out, of
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Well, they got Falcon Winter Soldier, but they got this like cartoon coming out. So it's like that are like the what ifs. It's called What If.
Yeah.
And so it'd be like them coming out and saying, well, who cares what if? Right? Who cares what if? That's not going anywhere. We're not going to see those stories actually play out one day. So don't worry about those. Don't even watch those. I know we sank a ton of money into that animation and into that show, but just don't worry about it. It's the dumb thing because like Kevin Smith said, what happens when March comes and it just blows up?
Right.
You're going to tell all those fans, nah, we're not going to give you anything else. Screw that. Sorry guys, we know that you want this, but you know what? We're gonna go over here and renew Superman, and Lois for another season already.
Tom and Jerry. We're gonna go make Tom and Jerry.
And here's the thing. This, and you talked about like me trying to be like fair and balanced, right? So I like Superman and Lois. I have not seen the second episode, but I liked that first episode. It was fine. I just didn't like I thought the costume was a little too bulky. But besides that, like I watched Tom and Jerry with my family this week and it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. I laughed. I loved the slapstick or whatever, but it's just interesting to me that we were talking about just this, like I said, last night about that very fact. And some people don't see it. They're just like, oh no, that's not what's really happening. No, they're not really doing that. And I'm like, you got to be blind. You got to be blind not to see that kind of stuff. But it's interesting because Ray Fisher puts this out today. And did you see what happened today? Superman and Lois got renewed for a second season.
Oh yeah. They threw that out there right away to sit there and distract you. See, now with me not having Twitter, I didn't see that right away. But the one thing I did see, it was on Instagram, and the other things were Superman and Lois renewed for a second season. I'm like, wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. So by the way, thank you so much, RJ, for the super chat. Also, hey, coming in here from parts unknown, wearing his Poindexter Lounge for Life shirt. You gotta love that. And for that, dude, we're gonna give this guy a proper intro. This is Cylon Scotty's favorite guy coming in from out west, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian, the master of. What's up, Brian?
Oh, nice.
Hey guys, I just got back.
From
Yosemite. It's beautiful there.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Just got back from Yosemite.
I was freezing.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit. No,
really cool. Since I've been there, so
that's cool, man. That's cool. Good. Always good to have Brian here. Absolutely in the chat. So, or in the chat. I love having you in the chat. I love having you in the show. I love having you everywhere, Brian. You're around here.
It's just fun to be here.
Much. Oh, dude, you're man. I mean, you know what? Hey, dude, why don't you go out and come back in? Because you're
skipping.
You're skipping around. So, all right. Anyway, but you know what? So we've had to deal with all that, and so that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight, because this sucks. Like, I can't imagine having to go through this. Lewis Cox says, gives with a £2 super chat. Thank you so much, Lewis. Says, I sent you a DM on Twitter. Awesome. Well, we will. I hope that you enjoy the Cloverfield trilogy, and we will definitely send that out to you. So you said Twitter, which is kind of a bad word right now to Neil. So we'll play this for you.
Why did you say that?
I love that. I can't wait to get my computer back so that I can make like new drops of that. That all happened live on a stream, and so I can't wait to be able to actually do that. So, anyways, so let's read exactly what came out today with this. And so let me go through this here. It's Ray Fisher put this out. It says, please read. Accountability is greater in entertainment. Prior to the Justice League reshoots of 2017. Now, can I just, before I get into this, I want to look you all in the eyes in the camera and tell you something. This is nothing new to me. Everything that you're about to hear from Ray Fisher is stuff anybody with half a brain could have surmised from what he has said over the last few months. I know there's all the people who want to hate on him and act like he he's a liar, he's not forthcoming, whatever. But he has put it out there. This was never about Ray. This was about people. This was about people who don't have blue check marks. This was about people who didn't have a Twitter following, an Instagram following, that they had thousands of people to back them up in the face of Joss Whedon and John Berg and Geoff Johns. Ray was fighting for the people who didn't have a voice because he saw and was told things that happened, and he wanted to use his position as Cyborg to be able to bring attention to this and say, guys, this wasn't right. Can we please look into it? And that's all he did. He tried to take it up with Geoff Johns. Geoff Johns made threats to his career and said, nope, that's not the way we do things. And now we're going to read here in a minute a lot more things he said. And then once that was all said and done, that was back then. Now it's all said and done. He tries to trick it through Walter Hamada, and people are like, well, what's his problem with Hamada? Why has he got a problem with Hamada? I'll tell you why. Because he enabled the thing to keep going, because he didn't want to bring about an investigation. Now, I know this last week, because I get all of the DMs, guys. Oh my gosh. Because I've supported Ray Fisher from the beginning, gentlemen. I hear it every time something comes out from about Ray Fisher. And of course, they came after me this week and they said, see, Enosh, see, even the people who did the investigation are going after Ray. But did you actually take a minute to hear what those people said, what that lady said, what that judge said? She said specifically, Hamada has not interfered with the investigation that happened. Ray never said that he did anything against the investigation once it was happening. It was the fact that Hamada did not want the investigation to take place because he was trying to protect Geoff Johns. Like I said, we're going to read this thing, but I just wanted to just bring that up because, yeah, I just find it very interesting that there's people who want to hate on Ray, but anybody who's followed us, if you've watched his videos, I've told people, read his tweets, watch his Instagram videos, follow the guy, and then you won't be getting all your information secondhand and look like a fool. So there you go. All right. So here's the tweet. I hope you all can see this really well. Blow it up on your screen so that you can see it really well. It says, prior to Justice League reshoots of 2017, and I apologize if I'm sniffling. I'm getting over a head cold. Racially discriminatory conversations were had and entertained on multiple occasions by Warner Brothers Pictures executives Toby Emmerich, Geoff Johns, and John Berg. Had I been aware of those conversations in real time, I would have addressed them in real time. However, it wasn't until the summer of 2020 that individuals who were in those meetings felt comfortable sharing with me what they had witnessed firsthand. When it comes, but wait, hold on. But Ray, it didn't happen to you. Why are you sharing it? Right? Ray, why do you care about these other people that did it? It's none of your business. Why did it happen? They had the courage to tell Ray, so Ray wanted to bring it to light. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So you're going to tell me that if someone tells you that you've worked with closely, that somebody treated them wrong, that you don't want them to have justice, that you're just going to brush them off and not use what little bit of clout that maybe you have in your workplace to try to have them be heard? That's the problem with our world today, is we don't want to get involved in the important things. We want to get involved where it affects us, right? Where it helps us out somehow. But we can learn a huge lesson from what Ray has taught us through all this whole thing about helping others, even when it's really not about you. Because when it comes to matters involving race, I always try to give the benefit of the doubt to those who may be ignorant of their own biases. But when you have studio executives, particularly Geoff Johns, saying, we can't have an angry black man at the center of the movie.
Tough. Woo!
Is that specific enough for you? All of you like, well, what did he say? Is that specific enough for you?
Sounds kind of racist to me. You know, just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, survey says.
Correct.
Yeah, you know, that ain't when you go to the survey and it says naked grandma, right? I love that clip, but this ain't naked grandma. That's a pretty serious. That's a pretty serious thing to bring up. He says, so the statement was made, we can't have an angry black man at the center of the movie. And then those executives used their power to reduce and remove all black people from that movie. Now, I know people said, oh, but Enosh, there were white people on the cutting room floor too. Yes, there were, but there were still white people in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know? Now, look, and I'm not one of these people. I think it's funny because I've been accused of all kinds of things that I'm not. But you know, people are giving me a hard time, guys, about this whole thing, and they're like, "Oh, you're just, you know, on this racial thing." No, look, I think that a lot of times people get too charged up over, you know, things, and they're looking for something racist with people. Okay. And I don't like that. I hate cancel culture. This is not about canceling people. This is not about any of that. This is about just bringing to light what is wrong. And all he's asked for is apologies from certain people and for people to be held accountable for the things that they've done. There is nothing wrong with that. That should be what we all want in life. But so here we go. He says, yeah, to remove all black people from the movie. They are no longer entitled to any benefit associated with doubt. So he's saying when those executives use their power and reduce and remove all black people from that movie, they're no longer entitled to any benefit associated with doubt. Look, I've talked to Ray. You guys have seen him here on the channel. I don't see Ray as somebody who's just chasing down this racist angle. Like, look, when he was here, literally, guys, I had a bunch of white people on the stream, and I had you know, Anthony, ACS, right? Ray was right at home. Ray did not feel uncomfortable. Ray was gracious. Ray was gracious to my family. Look at how Ray acted when we had my friend Johnny Popovitz come in with his son Ben.
Dude,
and
that was a nice moment. Nice.
Oh,
dude,
man.
and the way, you know, and I'm sorry, that's a little white kid, right? Look how excited he was, man, just to be here, just to talk about this character. Like when he saw this, by the way, this standee was sent by also Cylon Scotty. Sent this when we talked about, we're like, oh, we need a standee of Cyborg. Comes, he says, you got to have one for that stream, and we did. And he was so excited just to be there, right? Wow. And that, you know, but yeah, he's just looking to spread, you know, racial tension, right? He says here, Toby, Geoff, and John were not ignorant of their biases. They understood full well that the racist rhetoric they chose to entertain in those meetings was offensive, discriminatory, and unacceptable. Furthermore, they dared not speak those things to me, nor any other black person associated with the film. It wasn't the black people coming forward. That's how uncomfortable these guys made them.
I did the math. There were two on Justice League.
Man. And then it just, man, and then this is just really disturbing because he says, furthermore, they dare not speak those things to me nor any other black person associated with the film. Instead, they chose the cowardly route of gaslighting, complete with extremely problematic requests such as asking me to play Cyborg like Quasimodo.
That's
God, are you out of your damn? Oh my Lord.
That right there, when I read that, I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah. And forcing a scene to be reshot so they could highlight the existence of Cyborg's penis.
Yeah, because it's light in a kid's movie. That's what we want to see. Bunch of jackasses, dude.
I mean, it's basically with this statement, it's everything that you suspected.
Yeah.
Everything that said prior. I mean, there was nothing that indicated that he was lying. And I kept saying that, like, you can tell tonally just how somebody talks constantly, and they'll be like, well, he's an actor. He knows how to lie. No. Sorry, that's not how that works.
No.
You take to social media when you're talking with that kind of like, and I mean, like, this guy talks smoothly too, and he's very elegant in how he delivers his statement. There was never like a force or this elevated level. You know, like when you get angry about something, you start raising your voice, you get a little angry, you get a little jerk, this and that. This guy knew that, you know, he knows what he saw. He believes in everything that, you know, he's just a true, he's that kind of person that everybody should strive to be, honestly. I mean, I don't even know if I would be able to have the stones to do what he's doing, to take on a giant corporation like this. And
on the industry, though.
Exactly. I mean, he's going after people that, you know, like, they have people on people that will like, you know, try to put slander and screw them over any which way they can. And he's just like, no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm sorry.
And you know, well, and Angie, you're absolutely right. Says the question is, what does he have to gain?
Nothing.
People never really think, when they're questioning things, he has nothing to gain but his integrity. He has nothing, like, he literally has put everything on the line for this.
Yep.
To say, and he's even said, like, I think it's funny every time somebody comes at me and says, well, he's never going to work again, Enosh. Your boy's not going to work again, boy. He's screwing things up and he ain't ever going to work again. He knows that. He knows that he's risking that, folks. He's not worried about it. He said last year at JusticeCon, and I thought it was one of the most powerful statements I thought I'd ever heard an actor actually say. And he said simply, I don't need anything special. If I've got a roof over my head, I got food on my table. He says, I'll go back to work in retail. I think he even said, like, I'll go back to work in retail at one point, like in one interview. Like he said, I don't care.
Yeah,
he says, I'll go work in a restaurant. He said, there ain't nothing wrong with working in a restaurant. Somebody was, you know, messing with him about that because somebody teased him and said, you know, like, you're going to keep doing this. You're going to end up, you know, like working fast food or whatever. And he goes, ain't nothing degrading about working fast food.
No, I do it.
I work 20 years. So I get,
Like these people are like, you know, what I think is funny, guys, is these elitist people.
Oh yeah.
They think that that's an insult because he's an actor. So he's going to resound, you know, he's going to resonate with that. And, you know, be like, that's beneath me. I don't want to go back to that. And Ray just comes out and goes, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as I have my integrity, I am absolutely okay with that. That's like every time somebody comes at me when we do our 2 cents on nonsense show. And Brian, you know, it's like every time somebody comes at me and they're just like, oh yeah, but these guys have more subs than you. And they got this. And I'm like, they're like, you're just jealous. No, because I've got my integrity. I don't need to lie and make up stuff to get people to watch me.
People that comment like that are the ones that are jealous in my mind.
Exactly. Yeah. So I do like what Dawson said here, because he says because continuity be darned, the world must know Cyborg has a penis. Yeah. Give me a freaking break.
Now I can sleep at night knowing that was, you know, yeah. Yep.
Now we can know. I don't know where he's putting it. To be honest with you, I mean, given the fact that we saw that all he is an upper torso and and an arm, like a half an arm. But I guess it makes you feel better.
Tinfoil hat on for a second here.
Sure.
Okay, so doesn't this like come across as they were trying to make a movie that had Zack Snyder's name to it?
Yep.
Look horrible on purpose.
Yes. Oh, damn straight.
Yeah. So they can say, well, we tried.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, and Zach said that this week. We talked about that last night. That was actually the quote that Zach said. You know what? These guys, they literally tried to get me to put out the movie without finishing it, just so that they could sit back and go, "Yep, see, it really wasn't that good to begin with, guys. We tried. We put it out there.
We told you it sucked.
We told you it sucked. So just deal with it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to allow that. And like Dawson says here, I'd rather have my integrity and honesty than hundreds of thousands of blind followers and subscribers.
Yes. I am not.
Real quick, Super Cam 1721 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah. Says, let me see, what can I give Super Cam? We like the song you're singing there when you give a $5 super chat. So this one's for you. I love this song. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
I love the fact that Dawson's in the back just like laughing.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I almost feel like when I do record some of these other ones that I gotta have like Dawson like laughing in the background. But he says, I love both Snyder's and John's works. AT&T should keep John's in charge of DC Comics and keep him away from films, TV. His best talent was in comics. And so that's an interesting point, Super Camp, because we've talked about that a lot here on the channel about separating the art, being able to appreciate the art that somebody can do, as opposed to like their the way they conduct themselves. Yeah. Right. And so, look, I've enjoyed a lot of Geoff Johns' work over the years. I like Stargirl. Right. So I know a lot of people don't like Stargirl. I actually enjoyed Stargirl on the CW. Okay. I thought it for what it was, I thought it was done really well. I don't hate Geoff Johns. What I want Geoff Johns to do, though, and what I want anybody to do when you're faced with something like this, and it's pretty clear that you've made some mistakes, you should own it and move forward.
Man up and apologize.
Because here's the thing. The more guys, and I don't know, if you guys have experienced this in your lives, but I find that the longer you try to hold it off, the worse it's going to look and the worse it's going to become for you.
Yeah.
Right. It's like when you get sick to your stomach, right? And you sit around there for like, an hour or so, like, because you don't want it to all come up. You know what I mean? And so you're like holding it down. Then finally, when it happens, you feel much better. You feel much better. And you're like, why didn't I just get that over with? Instead, I made myself feel miserable this whole time. And that's kind of, I know that's like it may seem like a horrible description, but that's kind of what this is that literally they keep trying to fend this stuff off and act like it didn't happen or act like they're not responsible. And the reality is it's like Ray said last week. What did he say? He said, look, the only reason none of these guys have sued me is because they know I'm right.
That's it right there. And
they know I'm telling the truth.
I should tell everybody everything that he said, everything that's been going on. They never once tried to fucking sue. Oh, pardon. They never tried to sue him for anything. Nothing. Not a damn thing. And then here we are again. And all they keep doing is just throwing out the BS. Okay, let's distract people with this. Let's just pull the shade down. And
shiny.
Right. Oh, shiny new toy. Oh. But then all of a sudden, see, like I was even saying it with Zack Snyder's Justice League, regardless of all the slander coming out and, everybody was losing their mind about that not being promoted and wasn't going worldwide. And then every time you thought it was, like people were going off the ledge, here you go. It's going worldwide. Here you go. Here comes every kind of merchandising and anything you could do because.
Yeah, here's Supergirl.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like, okay.
okay, that's great for one day, but what are we as a society? I mean, everybody gets panicky, but we're in an in the moment kind of thing. So whatever happened yesterday, you're on to the next day, and you're like, wait, what happened the other day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
here's a new thing. Oh, okay. And regardless, Zack Snyder's Justice League is like a tsunami that can't be stopped. It is coming. It's getting larger and larger. They keep getting desperate by throwing these things out, and the karma train's going to come around in my mind.
Oh, yes.
And they're going to have no choice but to, I wouldn't say apologize, but to continue the Snyderverse. And in my mind, you get to see Ray Fisher be Cyborg for real, be the heart of the movie. And people, like maybe the general audience, you want to say, because the general audience is kind of what you need for this to really like take that next level. And they go, wow, this man was excellent in this movie. Why the hell did they try to, X him out of here and ruin him, slander him, do all these things, and then boom, all of a sudden he gets a series or he's brought back, and like that's almost like not saying him saying haha, but them going, it's just like that. To put it the right way, it's like I said, the karma train ran through, and it's everybody, the people that are standing for the right thing are gonna win in the end. They're gonna be standing just like in that shot at the end of the movie where they're all standing.
Exactly. But it's going to take a fight, and that's what it's taking. Kent Farm Podcast, by the way, guys, good guys, go over and support them. Says, what do you think, Nash, about Grace saying what Geoff Johns did behind the scenes was some truly sick stuff and one of the worst stories in history or in Hollywood? Sorry. I don't know if it's one of the worst stories in Hollywood, because I think that there's a lot of.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of par for the course.
It's just kind of what goes on, and I think that's what Ray has spoken out about, is the fact that that kind of stuff has got to stop. Right? There's some truly sick, disgusting stuff that happens behind the scenes in Hollywood. And
it's kind of what the Me Too movement was all about. It was about bringing accountability to people who use their power over others, and that's basically what we got going on here. It's just a man doing it instead of a woman. So they're just like, suck it up. You know what I mean? Right. But it's the old boys network, and the old boys network, I'm sorry, is disgusting and needs to end. Okay. Yep. And that's why I don't like Hollywood, because it's like, originality is dead, because most of these companies are too scared to put something out that might, rock the boat a little bit.
Exactly.
So that's why all you see are sequels and reboots and remakes, and
that's what's beautiful about Zack's work, is that it was a new take on these characters. It was a new vision for these. It wasn't the same old. No, so as we jump back in, I just want to read this, because his Ray's accusations are barely falsely based racism and hearsay. Nothing to see here. Well, let's see what he has to say, shall we? As it goes on, it says, unfortunately, those were just some of the issues. We now know that the leadership at Warner Brothers Pictures lied to the cast and crew of Justice League and to the world about Zack Snyder picking Joss Whedon to finish the film. There's something to see.
Yeah.
No one can argue that. You notice that nobody's defending Joss anymore?
Not a soul.
It's done.
Where's all the people coming to Joss's aid? Like, literally, there's more people literally every day harping back up on top of what Joss does. I mean, Joss's life. I hate it when I slip and say Josh, because it's a pet peeve of mine myself. Joss's life is very much like this right now. There's dog. What the?
There goes Santa.
Oh. Yeah. There's Joss right there right now. Nobody's defending him. And in fact, if anything, more and more people are coming forward. Look at when the entire cast just about of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel comes out and says the guy was a creep. And on top of that, the Michelle, who was 15 years old at the time, like, there was a rule that literally everybody knew: do not leave Joss Whedon alone with this 15-year-old girl.
Did he work at Nickelodeon too, Joss Whedon?
I was gonna say, well, I know that Michelle Trachtenberg did before that.
Oh,
She was Harriet the Spy.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
right.
like,
holy crap.
like, so I mean, she's had a track record. I mean, how do you get out of Nickelodeon and then go to that? So it's like, yeah, dude. And didn't like David Boreanaz come out against him, like Angel himself?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe
It was, you know.
Oh
what's
yeah,
messed
yeah,
up?
yeah.
I was watching the thing about the Avengers or whatever, and this is right when they were making the second one, and they were just like, oh, Joss Whedon, oh, he's the best, and like Chris Evans is like, oh yeah, if Joss says so, we're doing it, and I'm like, oh god.
Well, we've all seen the clip, and Dave has it. I believe Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting, given the fact that Joss Whedon hasn't said a word.
Yeah,
Joss Whedon's hidden somewhere. Nobody knows where Joss Whedon is right now.
Bunker. He's in his bunker.
He's in his bunker. He's he ain't coming out. RJ with another $2 super chat, and thank you for being a member for sure. And given my last comment, I'll give you one of these.
Larry Bird.
Swish. Says Ray Fisher for Blue Marvel. Make it so. I really hope that when all said and done, that Ray is able to continue as Cyborg. And I did let you talk just a few minutes ago, Neil, about like how kind of Zach kind of keeps it on, this level. It doesn't really say much, but like even this last Saturday when he was on IGN, he's just like, well, there's still, Cyborg stories still needs to be told, and everything. Oh, but I guess we'll never know. But of course, we didn't think we were going to be here either.
I feel he's calculated.
It's so good.
No, I feel like there's a deal behind the scenes with HBO Max where it's like, as soon as this drops and gets a good reception, they're going to go forward with, like a mini series or movies or something like that. Yeah, no, absolutely. The Snyderverse will continue.
Hey, and you got Lewis's support there, RJ.
There you go.
For sure. But yeah, so I mean, okay, so it continues here and it's almost done, but it just says the truth will continue to reveal itself, and as it does, there will likely be attempts to shift blame completely on to Kevin Susahara and Joss Whedon, and he said that from the beginning, guys.
Yeah,
Ray said that from the beginning that Hamada was more than happy to throw Joss Whedon under the bus, and even give him John Berg, but just not Jeff Johns. Come on, not Jeff Johns. What's so special about Jeff Johns that he can't be held up responsible?
Who knows what he has on Hamada?
Right. Jeez, like what in the world? But it says, but make no mistake, Jeff Johns worked intimately with Joss to overhaul the entire Justice League script. Make no mistake. And while Jeff was not credited as a co-writer of the film, he was certainly an enforcer of the race-based discrimination that occurred during his conversations with Toby and John. Zack Snyder's Justice League stands as proof of and opposition to that discrimination. Folks, come on. This is literally what we've been talking about for months.
Well, the cut is justice.
I mean, seriously, this is what we've been talking about for months, that we've known this, that Warner Brothers right now and those involved, those executives, they hate the idea of a Snyder cut. They hate the idea of this thing seeing the light of day because it makes them look bad. It makes them look foolish, and it brings to light their atrocities, the things that they've done.
Yeah.
There's no running from it. It was just like what you were saying before. You keep pushing it down. You let it fester. You keep lying. There's going to be that one time that it's going to just burst and someone's going to get you. And here,
rage.
It's on its way. It's on its way. Like everything's leading up to this, and then the next battle begins after that. Like this.
I'm sorry, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood, Neil. So with this, I'm in a coke field rage. It's Hollywood, so you got to throw in the cocaine.
That and parties at Bryan Singer's house.
You got to have the cocaine if you're apparently in in Hollywood. It tastes like sugar. But oh my gosh, I have too much fun with those. But he says, I am indebted to the participants of the Justice League investigation. They have put themselves at great risk to share the truth. I owe it to them. Let's read this again. I want all of you who have been negative towards Ray Fisher. I want all of the trolls who come and watch just to see what good old Enosh is going to say next in support of Ray Fisher, so that you can, send me a DM or a tweet or leave a comment after the fact and tell me how stupid I am and how wrong I am and how I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's read it one more time for the people in the back, shall we? I am indebted to the participants of the Justice League investigation. They have put themselves at great risk to share the truth. I owe it to them. I owe it to my peers in this industry, and I owe it to all the Black people to stay the course. Onward, gratefully, Ray. Accountability is greater than entertainment. And then repeats. P.S. Walter Hamada owes an apology to all the participants of the Justice League investigation. And then leaves a Coretta Scott King quote, says, it doesn't matter how strong your opinions are. If you don't use your power for positive change, you are indeed part of the problem.
Ding, ding.
Guys, I read that. And I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for how in the world people don't understand what Ray's been saying this whole time, and what, I mean, is it just blinders that they just don't want to acknowledge it? So they're just conveniently just like, nope.
Well, you just, gosh, see, like, I don't want to insult people either, because at the end of the day, it's just a lot of ignorance out there when it comes to stuff like this. And when you really look at it, when you look at this kind of stuff, maybe whatever your belief systems are, or wherever, however you grew up, these are tough, real situations. And a lot of people have a hard time with the truth and realism. It's like looking in the mirror and saying to yourself, man, I was so wrong what I did. And then you have to go say sorry to somebody. That's like the toughest thing, but yet it should be the most easiest thing, because after you do it, you feel elated. You feel like, you grow as a person. You learn not to do it again, or, whatever that may be. But when you're looking at like the mass of people, it's almost like, I think George Carlin might've said this. He goes, I love people, but I love individuals. I don't like groups of people, because everybody conforms to one person. So here you go, like with an industry, a coalition of people that had bad intentions for Zack Snyder, who I always say is a trendsetter. And one thing that people don't like are trendsetters, because trendsetters put a new benchmark, and then they're putting their stamp on something, and that might make a lot of people jealous. So, here you are, and then here comes all the victims, but there's that one person that came in and said, I stand for truth and I stand for justice. And that was Ray Fisher.
Heck yeah.
So this isn't something that's easy for a whole group of people to get behind, because, like, one voice can't control everybody kind of deal unless you have a power. Ray Fisher's not coming from a position of power. He's just coming as a person that wants to do something right. And because of that, no, he's lying. No, he just wants this for clout. He's just trying to get more jobs, or he's just trying to do this. No, he's not.
And they can't even put that narrative together, because it's either, oh, he's wanting more jobs, he's wanting this, or it's he's never going to work again.
Because these are the people that come at it with jealousy, because they might want what he has or something like that. We can go back and forth with all this, but there's so much. I need to shut up so you can talk.
Ryan Hartwell, love you, Ryan, man. You are an awesome bro. I appreciate you so much, Ryan, and I'm thankful for you, man. So let's see. I'm going to give you, let's see, which one am I going to give you? We never, Ryan, I love Ryan, and we always try to have him on the show, but a lot of times his internet's not that good, so we never see him coming. So I'm going to give you this one. John Cena! Brian, thank you, man, for supporting the channel. Says, I respect Ray Fisher for doing all of this. I'd much rather stand my ground and have standards than lose my sense of empathy while getting rich.
Money is illusion.
Truth.
Illusion.
So true. And you know what, Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later, this is a great statement, because for all the people who are like, well, why didn't he just like come out and say it? Why hasn't he just come out and just dropped all the facts on us? Well, first of all, they weren't his stories to tell. Okay. I could guarantee you that what he has shared right here, right now, he has waited until somebody told him, Ray, share that. Because Ray is such a gentleman.
Yeah.
And he handles himself in such a way. And Ray, honestly, is a throwback. He's a throwback to a different time. He reminds me so much with the way he handles himself. He reminds me so much of like how my grandma used to tell me how to act as a man. Because Ray Fisher is a true man. He doesn't just go blabbering. I think it's funny when I watch all the people who say that he should just, tell everybody's business and tell the whole story and everything right now, and like give away all the information so that they could go and, mount their defense. Right. It's pretty obvious, like those people who do it, because those are the people who just blab their mouth constantly, flap their gums, and just say a bunch of crazy stuff all the time. And nobody takes them seriously.
You almost want to ask him. It's like, have you guys ever played poker?
Right. Absolutely. And that's why this comment is so on point. It says Ray is backing Toby and Hamada into a corner. He has slowly chosen his words.
Yeah, calling their bluff.
Carefully chosen his words each time something's come out. It says, and they don't have anything to come back at him with because they know he's right. And the only thing that they ever come back with Ray on is like, oh yeah, Jason Momoa is going to be Frosty the Snowman.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
No, it's just a bunch of stupid stuff. I mean, I'm not saying the casting of Superwoman is stupid, but I'm just saying, like,
no, I understand where you're coming from.
Like, oh my gosh, so like, and I felt the same way about the whole news about J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates writing the story. It's like, okay, but what does this mean for the Superman you have now?
Yeah,
or I mean, and that's really disappointing because I like Henry Cavill as Superman.
Me too.
And I don't want to not see that. So
I tweeted out this week, look, I have no problem whatsoever with Superman being played by a person of color necessarily, because one, it's part of continuity. There are Supermen who have been black. There's an Asian Superman. There's a lot of different versions of Superman. So I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when they use it as a diversion a couple of weeks now before the Snyder Cut to just get people's attention off and say and bring into doubt the fact that could Henry Cavill be replaced? Because at the end of the day, even if they do this reboot and they cast somebody else as a Superman and say they do an Ellis Superman or a Val Zod Superman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what is wrong with it? When you use it as a diversion and you try to give a kick to the gut of people who have fought this hard for now, 4 years to see the Snyder Cut to fruition. And now we're right here. We can taste it. We're finally Zach's getting vindication. Zach is getting finally his, and look, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go over to the League of Mayhem, go over to the Nerd Queens channel and watch the Zach or the Deb Snyder interview from tonight that the lovely Tiff-tastic, my wife, took part in, because just listening to her talk about their story of what they went through to get this thing made. Okay. Of just every step along the way. And then tell me about those people who made videos about how Zack Snyder's trying to, do things behind the scenes and be shisty behind the scenes, and do things to, which is interesting because literally nobody has negative things to say about Zack Snyder. Nobody.
No actor, nothing ever.
No,
nothing.
On the contrary, they have great things to say about him. So it's like
people come back for him.
Yep. Tell me tell me a person who's worked with Zach, not some YouTuber that's jealous of Zach and jealous of Ray and jealous because Ray didn't go on their show. Okay. Not those. Show me somebody who's worked with Zach that's ever come forward and said, yeah, he was a complete jerk. I didn't like working with him at all. You can't do it.
Show us a director that goes on every fan stream to go back and forth with his fandom. Never. Ever.
that has interacted
The way he does, it's amazing. He's like one of the fellas. Just goes on, hey, what's going on, everybody? You want to talk? Let's talk.
Well, he talks to the little people.
That's what I'd say.
And that scares the elites, man.
Trendsetter.
You know?
I keep saying it. He's trendsetter. I love the guy.
And even more so during the pandemic. Because what better way to reach out to your audience when you're not working than via social media, you know? Instead of screaming about the world, you know, talk about your movies, talk about something positive. And that's another thing that I like about Snyder. It's like, dude, he hasn't openly dwelled on any of that garbage that's been going on. You know, he just was like, hey guys, I got this movie. I was going to show it to my friends, but hell, let's do it now. And I like the whole attitude. So it's like, it's really made a fan out of me, you know, and because I was one of those ones that, you know, when I came into Batman versus Superman, I was like, oh yeah, this movie's blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And then I saw the Ultimate Cut and I was like, oh, wow. You know,
son of a...
But I still hated the Justice League. So I was like, now that I know what happened during it all and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, you know, my conspiracy-addled brain kind of goes a little wild sometimes. But like, I'm glad that we're here, you know, right now. And we get to experience this as a group, which I think is something that they can never take away from us. So,
oh, absolutely. But so this was something else. Like somebody in the chat made me aware of this, and so. But Prime, I agree with you, man. It's a wrap for all this junk.
Oh yeah,
this continued narrative against Ray and against Zach and everything. Like I really believe that in the end, folks, we are going to see not only Zack Snyder's vision fully played out. Yes, it's going to probably come on HBO Max, but if they think that we're stopping here and just going, oh yeah, that we're just done with this now. We're gonna end on this giant cliffhanger, and we're just gonna go all quietly into the night. No, you're crazy. But so Scott Mendelsohn, good old Scott. Yeah. So this is what Scott had to share 12 hours ago.
Oh no.
People take this guy seriously.
No, this isn't one of those like this is my cyborg things, is it?
Oh my gosh, check this out. Scott said had this to say about Ray Fisher's comments. He says, while scenes emphasizing that Justice League Cyborg has his private parts intact may seem gross on its face. But we could just end right there because that much of it at least is right.
It's not something I'm going to go out of my way to try to see. I don't care. Like,
yeah,
we're stoked to have you here, Angie. Right? Yeah. Scott makes me sad too. I love this. Just, yeah. I like. Oh my gosh.
I'll face palm for you.
What's the point? What is?
Yeah. So here you go. While scenes emphasizing that Justice League Cyborg has his private parts intact may seem gross on its face, which it does, it actually sounds like a positive response to a very real controversy about the character within the comics community.
He's trying to justify this.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me?
This is why Twitter is a cesspool.
Oh, and then if you want to be a think piece about it, you can argue that the big moment where Cyborg counters that his father is the monster, not him, is a response apology for the beat in Age of Ultron, where Black Widow considers herself a monster as a result of what other people did to her. As for the angry black man comment, that's idiotic if true, since frankly, a Justice League movie where the two leads are Wonder Woman and Cyborg would have stood out from the crowd. Moreover, Cyborg as an entry character made sense since he was the least known of the characters. Okay.
Wow, this guy really goes to town, huh?
You know,
it's like triple, quadruple down. Like,
holy crap,
bro.
I mean, this is really going to town. I don't pay attention to this guy. I've heard the name before.
Yeah.
I usually don't pay attention to a lot of the knuckleheads.
Oh, and this is a knucklehead comment here. Somebody,
Yes,
Luis
well,
Fernando
I'm
says
telling
HBO Max released 2 black and white posters to promote Zack Snyder's Justice League, Zack Snyder or Justice League's debut in the streaming platform on March 18th, and it's got the 2 awesome black and white pictures here. And then he goes, awkward timing. Why? Because it's black and white.
What?
Are you kidding me?
So this one really likes to point out nonsense. Oh, I like it. What a numbnuts.
in the almost year that I've kind of been involved with this stuff, you could kind of tell the ones who are like trying to push the narrative of the company. Like, it's like, they get invites to red carpets and, they get little interviews here and there, crumbs thrown their way. So they'll do anything they can to push that company narrative. So it's like, oh gosh, if it wasn't so like thinly veiled, I would actually think it was clever. But it's like, it's so easy to see through. It's like, oh God, dude. See, I'm like wondering if Scott Mendelsohn like gets a paycheck from, like Rel said in the super chat. I wonder if he is bought and paid for.
Hold on a second here. Could be. Rel, what's up, Rel? Wonderful member of the channel. Thank you so much, Rel, for the $1.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see, what can I give Rel? You know what? Given the fact that we're talking about Scott Mendelsohn and like it just kind of like gets us thinking, kind of makes you want to blow up your toaster sometimes.
I've been thinking about blowing up my toaster, but then I would make my bread hot and hard at the same time.
Because it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. How can you have everything that you want if you're going to blow up the very thing that is going to help you? WB, but Rel says I'm starting to think Scott is bought and paid for. I'm starting to agree with you, man, because this is.
Why would you come out with this on your own esteem? Like, ooh, let me go do this.
Yeah, it like screams shilling for WB. Like, oh gosh,
Joey. I just, man, yeah. I like this. RJ said, he said it's awkward timing because the posters dropped the same time Ray made his tweet.
It still doesn't, they don't coincide. They don't go hand in hand. So it's
no, for sure. So Andrew Christie with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Andrew. Says, let me read your comment and then we'll figure out what to give you. It says, this is the first time WB haven't responded promptly with a counter article or announcement. Maybe I spoke too soon and should give them until tomorrow.
The day is young. We got tomorrow.
Here's WB sitting around the studios trying to figure out what they're going to put out next and who they should talk about.
Where? When? Who?
Like who they're going to cast next in the Flash movie?
Yes. Who can we announce next in the Flash movie?
We got Val Kilmer back, ladies and gentlemen. Val Kilmer, ladies and gentlemen. And George Clooney, yeah, dude, all the Batmans.
Wow.
Adam West, let's do it.
God rest his soul, man. I met Adam West, and Adam West. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be in the Flash movie.
Yeah. They'll just quickly turn into Oprah and start handing parts to everybody.
Right. You get a part. You get a part. You're in the multiverse. Everybody's in the multiverse. Man.
Next thing you know, Ezra Miller's in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like literally the extent of Ezra Miller is them re-showing the thing from the Flash TV show during Crisis on Infinite Earths. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. Nobody even has to give a super chat for this one. It's just true.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
It is, man. It's just, oh man. I can't believe the ignorance, the stupidity of all that. I mean,
well, on a positive note,
yes, sir.
what I sent a picture in the DMs of a waterfall.
You did. I will pull that up, sir.
Yeah. I'll explain it a little bit. So yeah, today I did go to Yosemite, which was awesome. It was just a lot of driving. I've been there once when I was a kid. We couldn't get to see Half Dome very well. But the whole time I was there, I kept thinking about Star Trek V.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay,
wow,
so-
climbing. Oh, the beginning. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is like right when you get into the park, because most of it was still closed because of snow. That waterfall was making snow as it fell to the ground. Like you could see it misting, and then it's snow, a pile of snow down at the bottom.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's like, oh man.
Nice shot.
Yeah, and that's like right next to El Capitan. And there was actually somebody climbing it. Like
Really?
Yeah.
Now, did they have pointy ears and powered?
I was waiting for it. I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna sit down here with a pair of binoculars, getting all mad, like Dr. McCoy. Like the whole time, I was like, if I could just find a rock, because that's basically how they did it in the movies. They had a parking lot, and there was a rock face that William Shatner was on, and it was like in front of the mountain, so it looked like he was climbing the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Shattered the illusion. But yeah, there's something beautiful for today, guys.
So okay, so now I'm seeing what this was all about. Sorry guys. Thank you for pointing that out, RJ. Because this is what that link went to. Has Cyborg restored his manhood? This is what we're talking about now from back in 2015. This is from August 25th, 2015. What is this?
2015?
Yeah.
Ray Fisher even cast a cyborg?
He literally linked. Well, I don't know. Let's see. At Emerald City Comic Con earlier this year, I was lucky enough to be on a panel on diversity and representation with David Walker 2 months after his Cyborg title was announced. During the panel, Walker, a black man, mentioned something about the character that I had never considered. Cyborg is an emasculated black man. In his new 52 origin story, he lost the entire bottom half of his body, which means that before becoming Cyborg, he was castrated.
Why is it such
This was for Walker a problem with the character.
But what does that have to do?
Okay. With the DC June preview seeming to rectify that. This updated take on Cyborg with sleek humanized limbs that grow to replace limbs that he lost may have been designed in part to address this very problem of Cyborg's emasculation. In this 8-page preview, Walker may have made it his first order of business to right a wrong and give the character back his lost cultural. Hold on just a second. You're going to tell me now that we're saying that someone's cultural identity has to do with whether or not they have a penis?
That's not very forward thinking of these people.
No, this.
Listen. Just because it's called your manhood doesn't mean that you're any less of a man if you don't. What about people who've lost their genitalia in war or freak accidents?
Yeah,
right.
Differently abled individuals.
Every year, stuff happens, and
Oh gosh,
you got to.
My mom used to say, "What that have to do with the price of tea in China?"
Poloquan here says, "Where was this during RoboCops 1, 2, and 3?"
Right,
RoboCop's white doesn't. It's not
right to crap.
Poloquan, listen, don't you know that it's not a white, it's not poor, it's not poor RoboCop's, cultural, history. It's not his cultural identity, so no, it doesn't matter.
It's like Data finding out he's fully functional.
Right? Like, what in the world is this? Even if the restoration is never directly addressed on the page, well, then why are you talking about it? It can safely be inferred as a likely and intended consequence of this change. You may think this is trivial. If you don't see why this matters, you may think that it doesn't matter. You may even think it's silly that it matters so much to someone else that they would use any energy to address it. You are fortunate that the castration of one of superhero comics' most prominent black heroes does not affect you. And you're in good company with other non-black writers and editors who didn't see the problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeebus.
Okay. Was that the only part of his body that he lost?
Because I'm trying to understand this one here. Like, were you seeing like a baby cyborg here? I'm just trying to understand the need for that. I mean, Data was fully functional, but he couldn't get the job done. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes, Cup of Malik. Yes, your manhood, your penis, equals your cultural identity. If you don't have a penis,
that's it.
Yeah, you're burnt.
Sorry.
Goodbye. But it's just a very interesting topic to, like, not to hammer down here and just like, yeah, we got to really, sorry, but like, what
drop
the
hammer?
Yeah, what the hell is this? Like, why is this even an article?
Why is it an issue? Like, who cares?
It's a comic book character.
God dang.
It's a fictional freaking character that it's a cyborg. I mean, has anybody ever watched a movie and said, like, oh man, I wonder if he's got a penis?
I think Ben Affleck said it best in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh wow.
Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
I always like bang my head against the wall when people go like off the rails about all these characters, and I'm like, yo, there's iterations of each character. If you don't like this one, go read that one. If you don't like that show, go watch this show. Calm down. This is all meant to entertain us. So we have an escape and all that kind of, it's just like amazing how everybody just takes it in like this personal form. And they're just like, that's not mine. I can't believe that they did this to this character. How could you? You've ruined my life. What? I don't know.
I don't know. I think if your life is ruined by entertainment,
I'm sorry.
That was made 20 years ago. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. If somebody has a legitimate like argument for this, I guess you can tell me. I
don't know where to go with it.
But
listen.
I'm just at a loss. Yeah, I mean, was with the perpetual castration of black men in Hollywood.
I don't know.
Mr. Laffer, an hour cry later, says WB will make Matt Reeves drop something about the Batman on March 18th to try to distract people. I'm waiting for something, guys.
Another trailer.
I am waiting for something to hit on the 18th. For that, I'm so waiting.
The encounter starring Zoe Kravitz and
the actual encounter on top of the Batmobile, like that'll do it. We'll show
That'll get some clicks.
Batman and hey, he wasn't castrated. He still got his. So there you go. Like, show him, because that story came out a couple of weeks ago about, that he got her pregnant, apparently on the set of the Batman, like, oh my gosh. Hey, Todd, can you do me a favor? Yeah, if you're going to do that, just remember this one thing, if you could. History says something else.
They're trying. Let me just break it down for you like this. I can summarize everything up in simply 2 words. You lost.
Oh, and if that didn't get it through for you enough, because I know I saw your comment down here, and you know what, there's nothing wrong with talking about Marvel stuff. We actually do a WandaVision watch party, and we talk about all that stuff, and have done plenty of things. But I know that you like to leave comments all the time, so here you go.
Over the Grand Canyon, off your face, through the window, off the floor, nothing but net.
Larry Bird.
There you go. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah,
it's not in the title of the show tonight. Why?
I was going to say we're not.
I know, right? That's not what we're talking about. So if you want to come back, we won't be doing it this Friday. Actually, it's kind of funny because I won't be here for the season finale of WandaVision because I'll be down in Metropolis.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Metropolis, Illinois.
Be laying a brick. Yes,
laying a brick for Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wrong stream, guys. Patrick Stewart, what you think of this? You see Patrick Stewart holding his forehead now.
Yeah.
They're trying. Look, Matt Amparo, I love her. Amparo, you are awesome. Says, how about Metallo? I never wondered if he had genitals or not. Have you?
Well, it reminds me of have you ever watched the bonus features for the original Superman, where Margot Kidder's sitting there talking about how the Salkinds couldn't get together on the size,
yes,
piece they wanted Superman to wear.
Yep.
One was like, he needs a robust. The other one's like, we got to keep. So that's what it reminds me of.
Yep. It either had to be pronounced or nothing at all.
Yep.
I mean, when you look at that article that you just read, it's just about, that's like something where if people want to dive really deep into that, they're going to try and pull anything they can out of it and make it seem like it's this larger than life thing.
Well, the last time I've heard this much concern on superhero genitalia, it was the movie Mallrats. Okay.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
Because that was Brody's whole shtick.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Can you imagine missing that scene in Justice League? Right? Like, hey, Cyborg. I know that you have the powers that you could control every kind of computer and every kind of electronic thing all across the planet. I know that you could blow up the entire planet if you wanted to, if you just got angry enough and were treated bad enough, that you could blow everything up with all the nuclear weapons. You have all the codes, you have everything that you could do. Like you're even more relevant than Ultron, given the fact that Ultron needed 8 hours to do something just because it was on the other side of the world. But even though we're having a conversation here and we're literally in all different parts of the country right now, and literally we have people in our chat from all over the world that we are interacting with in real time, Ultron apparently could not do that, gentlemen. All right. But Cyborg could. But can you imagine, instead of all that, Batman goes up to him and says, now, Cyborg, instead of having you, help us with the League and be the heart of this team, do you still have your Johnson? It's important that I know. I am the world's greatest detective, and I will get to the bottom of this story. I will get to the bottom of this mystery. Come on. Aquaman, do you talk to fish? Cyborg, where's your peen? Like,
that's kind of impertinent. Aren't we trying to stop Steppenwolf over here?
Steppenwolf comes down. Mother, where did it go?
Must be cold.
Right. Cold steel does that to someone. What's up, RJ, with another $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, RJ. Let's see. Just for that, since we're talking about Matt Reeves' Batman, dropping something on that day. Let's give you one of these.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance. Love that. RJ with that $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, as a history major, there is a big cultural thing with African Americans being castrated and having their bodies forever damaged in horrific attacks. And look, RJ, if that's the case, then I'm sensitive to that, and that's why I said, look, if there's something there, then tell me. But it's nothing in that art. Then that's bad journalism. Because you just told me and gave me a reason why I should care about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes total sense.
Which that should have been in the article.
That should have been in the article. If you're going to write an article about Cyborg, a fictional comic book character not having a penis, because he's Cyborg, he's literally got just barely any human parts left, just the essentials. Then give me that information. Thank you, RJ. You literally just made more sense out of that and actually made me care more about that than anything that we just read, and definitely more than what Scott Mendelsohn told us.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the problem is like people are burying the important part here.
Yeah.
No pun intended with what we're talking about.
Well, the context is a very, very key in this situation. Like if you're not giving it, it kind of comes across as comical. And I do apologize for laughing at the situation, but That's kind of how I took it. Man, it just seems ridiculous to me, but no, it makes sense though. Historically speaking, I mean, it goes all the way back to the early days.
Coming back says, I don't think anybody ever scrutinized Silverhawks for not having any genitalia representation on their crotch. As Spock fond to say, that's illogical. Look, don't you remember they're nerves of silver, wings of steel, Silverhawks, partly metal, partly real. You just don't know which parts are real. But at least they had the parts. The other parts are metal. Yeah. Like I don't know, man.
Some people keep them on their knees. You know,
Transformers more than meets the eye. Just imagine the sound. There you go, man. I don't know. Look, you know, if that's the case, and I'm unaware of that cultural, you know, issue, then that's you know, that's interesting. But you know,
it's not something.
Even that being said, it's like it's not the only character in DC Comics or any comics for that matter that have had issues like that. Right?
Or any other fictional character. Like I said, I mentioned Data. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of a thing, you know. They made a point of it in First Contact. So
when I watched Thundercats, I was asking where was Lion-O's Thundercat. Oh man, you're funny, buddy. RJ says, yeah, it's not to make you guys feel bad. Oh no, I don't feel bad. There's no worries. It's just that it is a historical and nuanced idea. You could go with his body being destroyed, but it's clear that's not what Johns wanted. Like, yeah, I mean, like that was not John's point here.
Yeah.
You know, that was not Geoff Johns making a point about that. It was just, you know, yeah. Hey, what's up, Joey? Says, all right, the NyQuil is hitting me hard. Yeah, like I took a Benadryl. I've had this head cold for so long, man. That's like, it's like you work through the haze. It says, all right, the NyQuil is hitting me hard. So I'll catch y'all later. Enosh, hopefully I'll get to meet you this weekend in Detroit. Absolutely, man.
Heck yeah, dude.
I cannot wait for Batman v Superman comes home this Saturday. Apparently there's 6 tickets left. I've got an extra ticket. If you hit me up, I thought all my boys were going. They're not. So I've got an extra ticket. If
I could, I would, man.
I'm telling you what, there were only 6 left. So there you go. So there were 7 left. So I got an extra one. So I got to figure out some way to get somebody there in the next couple of days. But yeah, Batman v Superman, Joey, absolutely. I can't wait to meet you, man. Cannot wait to meet you and other people who are going to be there. It's going to be so much fun for sure. But yeah, so this is just look, when we look, RJ says, yeah, Benadryl knocks me out hard. Yeah, that's why I got my extra coffee here. Had another coffee before the stream started. I had something else here, but I drank all that.
I kind of wish I had a Benadryl. I've been in a car all day. I'm just like,
oh god, yeah, okay, that sucks. And you're out in Cali?
Well, Nevada, but
Nevada. Okay, yeah, everything is dry.
Like a 5.5 hour drive down there and 5.5 hour back.
Yeah, but look, guys, the point of all this that I wanted to talk about this tonight is just the fact that, I mean, look, I stand with Ray Fisher.
Yeah.
To hear him come out and say this, and put some put some sting into his words. You know, I think he delivered it very well in that tweet. And look, man, this is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. And I know that there are people who are saying, well, why doesn't Zach say something? Why doesn't this person say something? Why did that person say something?
It's not their place.
It's not their place. All in good time. People have come out and supported him. And what happens every time anyways? There's so many people that bait with that whole thing. Well, you know, this person should say something or that person should say something. And then, you know, then Jason Momoa comes out and goes, yeah, I support him. And yeah, this stuff happened and you should listen to him. Oh, well, no. That doesn't count. right? You know, Gal Gadot comes out and supports him. No, that doesn't count either. Like, so stop trying to bait the people who you know, support the man, acting like if one more person comes out, we'll support him. Because we all know better, right? And so you know, so that's no longer something you know that we're going to worry about, and we're just going to support. We're going to support the man. I cannot wait until the 18th comes. Vindication for Ray Fisher. We're going to finally see the heart of this movie realized on the screen.
Yes.
Mm.
And a beautiful thing it will be.
So you know, it is what it is. Neil, what are your final thoughts on this, man? Just like as we just sum all this stuff up and the things we've read and the distractions. I mean, you know, the Scott Mendelsohn stuff, you know, just all over the board, man.
Well, the Scott Mendelsohn stuff, I would throw that away. I wouldn't even pay attention to that guy. That's me. I just don't give people like that the energy nor the attention that they really are seeking, because all that is just cheap clickbait. He just wants you to come in and leave all these kind of comments, act like a victim probably if people attack him, I'm sure, just like a lot of other types do. In the stance of Ray Fisher, keep it up. Keep it up. You know, I believe he's going to be standing on top of the mountain pretty soon. I believe he is going to stay a cyborg to everything that is going on. I also tell people, don't worry, don't fall. Like with anything, always stand true to what you believe in. Don't take everybody else's words and then have your mind flipped. If you believe in the man, you stay with what he is doing. If you don't choose to believe in the man, well, then go take a hike and don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to Justice League, I can't wait. Just like everybody else. I'm going to watch it probably on a loop. My girlfriend, she's actually still up. She actually does all my editing and stuff for my channel. And she's actually,
really?
Yeah, she's up laying on the couch right behind me. And she just chuckled at that because she's like,
well, hello, girlfriend.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, Kelsey. I call her Hope Productions.
What's up, Kelsey?
Oh yeah, you know. So I mean, we're all over the board. I'm kind of a little all over it with that, but at the end of the day, I stand with Ray Fisher all day, every day. I would stand behind that guy. Stand by his side, actually, not behind him. Stand by his side.
There you go. Absolutely. So we're all just waiting for the 18th when it's finally announced Axl Rose is confirmed in the Flash movie.
Yep. No, that's what I was gonna say. If something comes out tomorrow where it's another announcement about something huge going forward on the WB side of things.
Mm-hmm.
First off, take it with the most enormous grain of salt, and then also step back and realize that this is just a PR spin on Overdrive, and not to discredit what they've done, you know, like as far as what they've cast and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
You know, don't try to erase what you had.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Neil, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
You can find me, the Irregular Neil, on YouTube. And you can, you see my @Irregular Neil. Unfortunately, everybody, if you do click on my Twitter that is on my page, it's going to say suspended. Because I've been suspended for potential spam and I don't know what else. I was like, okay.
Twitter loves you, man.
Yeah, I got the sock meds in there. You can click on my Facebook, click on my Instagram. I'm always posting stuff on there when I'm going to be on. And yeah, come on, hit that subscribe, hit that like, come and be a part of the Irregular Nation.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you want to?
Why? Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Take a ride on the irregular side.
Go ahead and go over and support Neil and give him some love for sure. Go ahead and make his day.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Just don't make movies like that anymore. And hey, Brian, where can people find you, man?
Well, you can find me on my YouTube, Brian Master of None, as well as Twitter and Twitch, all under Brian Master of None. I'm gonna try to get some stuff out. I'm still working on that idea I had the other night about speculation.
Heck yeah.
And versus over speculation. And not only that, but the business of speculation. Because let's be honest, my timeline's been consumed with WandaVision, Easter eggs, spoilers, and all sorts of crazy stuff. So, it's a hype train. But anyways, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go watch Star Trek 5. It's gonna be amazing.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
nice,
you got
nice,
that
nice.
deal. Nice.
Nice. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, Johnny Pop and I will be right back here for 2 Cents on Nonsense, where we will, make sure that we've taken plenty of Doom Kallax for when you have to go, but can't. Trust Doom Kallax. We'll definitely be doing that tomorrow night and going over some nonsense and revealing, the truth that's in the nonsense. And that's what we continue to do. Just, not just on Thursday nights, but every other night as well. But Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we will be doing a special 2 Cents on Nonsense because this week, like I said, Dawson and I will be leaving Thursday night to go down to Metropolis, Illinois and install that brick that you all came together as Zach's associate producers and helped make a reality. And so now forevermore, when anyone visits the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois, they will see that brick there. They will see that in all of its beauty and know that that tribute to Zack Snyder. And so I'm very happy. And of course, you'll see me here, giving in to all the demands of all the haters of Zack Snyder and, cowering in a corner and going away after the 18th because there's just nothing more to fight for.
Nope.
Right.
Don't count on it. I'm going to be right here, ladies and gentlemen, hulking up and going after everybody, brother. Because you know what? There ain't nothing like when the Snyder Cut it comes and runs wild on you. March 18th, HBO Max. Well, guys, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I am about at my wit's end with this Benadryl, and I'm gonna go hit the hay, but. I look forward to the coming weeks because we're going to be back better than ever once we get all the computer situation. So we've got our little temporary fix right now, but you know what? We're slowly but surely making it. And we appreciate all you guys' support. Thanks to everyone who's in the chat. I want to say a special thank you to all of our moderators who are in the chat today. Thank you so much for your help. I really, really appreciate you all. And, thank you to everybody for your support. You guys are great. I can't tell you how much I love my nerd family. I truly mean that when I tell you guys that you guys are our nerd family, and I look forward to seeing your names in the chat as you guys are going past and talking, and you guys add to the show, and it makes it worth doing. All right, so thank you, Neil, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. You are welcome back anytime for sure. And thank you, Neil's girlfriend. I can't remember your name.
Kelsey.
Thank you, Kelsey, for holding it down in the back there on the couch. And thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for joining.
Nice to meet you,
always
Brian.
a pleasure.
Oh yeah, nice to meet you, Neil.
Always a pleasure. So, guys, remember, like I always say, here's the thing: don't let somebody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter or the things you like doesn't matter, and don't try to tell somebody else that their fandom doesn't matter or that they don't matter. Their opinions don't matter, but strive to have good conversations about the stuff that we love, these nerdy things that we love. All right. Strive to have those conversations and come to a happy medium. And sometimes you can't, so you got to squash that nonsense. And you know what? That's what we've done for the last 4 years. We've squashed the nonsense that there was no Snyder Cut, and we're going to see the fruits and the rewards on March 18th. All right. But don't forget, we're not done. We're just getting started. We're going to see this thing through to the very end, much to the chagrin of all the haters and the naysayers. But hey, treat everybody with respect. Even when you're squashing that nonsense, still be respectful and rise above these people. Take a page out of Ray Fisher's game plan. Okay. And you know what? Be better than those. Not on a snooty level, not on a snotty level, but be better just as a person and learn how to handle these things like they were talking about earlier. I think it was you, Neil, that just talked about like the way that we approach these things sometimes. Like we don't have to yell and scream and swear and cuss and do all this stuff to get our point across. All you have to do sometimes is just talk kind of smooth and just make your point and walk away And so if you do that, you treat everybody with respect, there'll always be a place for you guys here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy. Bye-bye.